Hey everybody, Todd Sommerfeldt here, sports editor of La Crosse Tribune. Eric Lee, our sports reporter. It's been a while since we've seen you, but we're back. We're out in a courtyard, our new dig's on the north side of La Crosse. The Tribune has moved, but we wanted to get on here and just talk to you a little bit about some things that have been going on and the fact that we actually have events to go to. We have for a couple of weeks now, and we're going to get some more coming up again soon. It's been nice to see some of the sports be able to get out there and get started. Obviously, there's just a little more spring in our step because we got some football coming up too, in addition to all that stuff. And we've been out to see some of the tennis and cross country that we've had to this point too. But you know, we're starting football practice next week. So how does that feel to you that we finally get to get out there and see some practices and hopefully some games soon?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just even like thinking the last time we did one of these, we were in like that back room over there, and we were talking about the track flashbacks and whether or not or when we were going to be having something else to even go out to.
We had no idea.
So, I mean, here we are, probably 3 months later now, right?
Yeah. It's been a while.
Probably two or 3 months later, and yeah, I mean, it feels really good. It's like, just even like you said, just to even have these other events to go out to, knowing that there's going to be stuff on Friday nights like last night. I was, I mean, like everybody else around here, I mean, probably watching the NBA, but like it's so weird not to have a Friday night and going out to like some local football game.
Yes.
So that's going to be really nice to have back, I think. And even like volleyball, that's starting up too.
Yeah.
I think everybody just in the area is kind of excited to have sports back.
Yes. I mean, we've been to some great events to this point. You just saw the Malachek's run last weekend. Wrote a good story on Cora and her quail.
Yeah.
So and they committed to Illinois, so we had some a story there to write. A lot of people wondered where these triplets would end up running.
Yeah.
And they're all going to stick together, and they're all going to go to Illinois. Got to go out to a tennis duel and do a story on Fiona O'Flaherty from Aquinas, which was nice because we probably should have done a story on her before this, but it was nice to talk to her and just kind of get her perspective on how she's gotten to where she is in her game, and the fact that she was a soccer player last spring, got a season taken away from her, a little worried about losing tennis. In addition to that, didn't have to, so they're out there playing, which is nice. So we've had Onalaska Luther off to another great tennis start. So we already have some great stories going so far this fall. Now we're looking forward to I guess doing some of the football stories that will come with it, volleyball and soccer, that kind of thing. Crescent Soccer, you had a chance to go out there and talk to them as well. I think in terms of football, what I'm looking forward to are just some of those matchups that we don't get to see. I mean, we're going to get a lot of those this
really
year.
Unique
Teams really going to have to match up with teams they don't normally play just to get some games in. And obviously, no guarantee we're going to have games yet, but they're pushing forward to try and get it in. So we'll wait and see what happens there. I know Onalaska picked up Edgar, which would be a great game early in the season.
Yep.
We have possibly a club team coming together in La Crosse. We'll get some updates on them to see how they're doing. What are some of the things you're looking forward to football-wise this year?
Yeah, last year, I mean, I was almost kind of like off and on with football coverage. I was still kind of in that transition phase. So I'm looking forward to, I mean, granted, this isn't a full season, if you will, but to be, full-time sports for the duration of the year. And I feel like last year I didn't really get to know these teams quite as in-depth as I would have liked to have. So I'm really excited to really kind of dig into, just like go all in for it this year. I think it'll be odd to not have the Bangors, the Caledonias of the world playing this fall.
It will. Central
but
Logan.
yeah. But there's still a number of really solid teams, really solid programs this fall. And I think it'll be cool in a lot of ways. I mean, not to look at it from this angle, I guess, is, with some of these teams competing in the spring, we're going to be able to be out at a lot more of these games, a larger percentage of the games, as opposed to years previous, perhaps.
Well, you'll definitely be up to your eyeballs in football this year. We're down to two of us.
Yeah.
So, so we're splitting everything in half basically this year in terms of coverage of all these teams. But one thing I'm looking forward to, I want to see how West Salem responds to going winless last year.
Mm-hmm.
That's a program that's had so much success in recent years. To kind of fall on hard times like that. So I'm kind of looking forward to that. I want to see how good, Onalaska and Holman can be this year. Onalaska lost a lot. They do have some good players back, of course.
Yeah.
Holman, the biggest school in the area, is going to have some players to pick from in terms of where they put people. So I want to see how good those teams are going to be. Again, it's just nice to be able to talk about this kind of stuff after going so long with not knowing what was going to happen.
Yeah.
You know, it gets tiring just writing stories about, you know, is this going to happen? Is this going to happen? Well, now we know, at least on paper, it's going to happen. We'll see what happens once the teams start getting together, start practicing in a couple of days. But we'll be doing this a lot more regularly. So watch for us on our YouTube channel, Lacrosse Tribune, and we'll see you again very soon. Thanks.